Welcome back to the 90 Degrees podcast fight channel. My name's Dill.
I'm Habib.
And I'm Raz. Today's episode, we're going to discuss a possible matchup between Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis. Possibly they're saying March. They both got a fight in January, and as long as they make it through that, possible fight coming up in March. So we're gonna have a little chat, see what's everyone's thoughts and opinions, and I'll kick it off for you, Dill.
All right, you know something about these two, yeah? After all the trash talk, the exchanges between these two fighters, this is perhaps the biggest fight in all of boxing because it's an actual interesting and exciting fight, this one. It certainly is a very interesting fight. Can't wait to see what the outcome is actually going to be, yeah? Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia are two of the biggest stars, as you know, in the sport and their weight category.
It's been announced. It's been announced that they'll meet next year in Las Vegas. The fight will be contested at 136 pounds catch weight, and some well-known sources have told ESPN, that it may be announced to take place in April. Davis recently said he'll first fight on January 7th in what they call a tune-up.
Hang on. You know what? Garcia also said that he might have an interim fight.
Yeah, he's 27th for January as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he said he's in something like that, innit? But they haven't decided yet if this is if that's an actual case that he's gonna do that or not. But you know, you said in March that they're gonna do it in March. They're saying in Las Vegas they might actually do it in April in Las Vegas. But this is it is a genuine super fight in the sport. So you know what? I think it's going to be a good fight. It is going to be a good fight. The caliber of fighters both of these guys are. But you must agree that this fight will have it all and will be, in no doubt, exciting to witness. Two fantastic punches. You know, Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia, both fantastic. He's got his signature hook to the body. Yeah, that's absolutely devastating. And they've both got incredible hand speed. Yeah, the best part is there isn't an actual genuine B side. They're both A side fighters. They're both bringing the A game here, right? So it might end up being like a 50-50 split. You know, normally they come out with, I want 60, I want 40, or this, that, the other. They do.
Well, all of that must be discussed already because all that must have been discussed already because they're very confident, like they're both co-signing it with each other. Yeah, we're gonna fight. No one's saying, I want to see the contract first. I want to see what's what. Nobody's saying anything. They're both very forwardly saying, yeah, we're doing this. It's going to happen. We just got to get March or April come over and we're going to do this. So let's see. So, Habib, you've seen some fights for both of them. What's your take on who do you like more? Whose style do you like more? Who do you think is going to be the more of a threat than the other?
Oh, I don't know. Do you know what? I like both of them. I think with Davis, right? He's explosive. He's fast. I like his style, right? He's very aggressive and he goes forward, and his power when he's going in and he drives forward. Hence why he's got the name Tank, isn't it? Yeah. So I like the way he fights. Fast puncher, but Garcia, man, that guy's got hands in him, right? And the way he goes in, like the way he goes in his fights. I like his speed.
So.
He's a bit flat-footed though. He's a bit flat-footed when he fights. He doesn't fight on his toes. So I think that's gonna cause him a little bit of problem. Again, he's a little less seasoned as well, isn't it? So compared to Davis has had a lot more fights.
No, yeah, he's had a lot more fights.
Close amount.
Yeah.
You know what? I think Garcia, he's on point. I was actually leaning towards Tank, but then some of the stats that I saw, he's taller. He's got longer reach, and he's got devastating power and speed.
What, Garcia?
Yeah, Garcia. And Tank, he's deadly on the inside. I mean, I'm sure, Raz, you've seen some of his fights. Yeah, this guy's devastating on the inside. Like, I remember watching the fight. I forgot which one it was, where Mayweather was shouting, "Hey man, you're behind on points," and the guy went all in and battered the guy, ended him straight away. One thing I did want to say is, both of these fighters, they're young, yeah, and you know, boxing is like it's not everybody's cup of tea, yeah, but they're actually bringing in the younger generation because both of them have got social media following. Ryan Garcia is like one of the kings in social media, yeah. They each have their own followings, and you know they're influential in social media. Both of them. He calls himself, you know, Ryan Garcia calls himself the king of social media, and he calls himself KingRY as well.
KingRY.
I started laughing when I heard that. I was like, could he have gotten softer? Because you know he's living the big life now. Like, but Davis is actually still grinding.
Yeah, exactly.
He's grinding, but did that social media lifestyle and did that what do you call it? The money he's been making and the big life he's living, has that softened him up? That's the key question.
Exactly. Because he don't actually need boxing to get paid anymore. He gets so much money from this that he can probably just chill out. That's why they ain't fight that much. Like, he doesn't fight that much.
I got a question for you, Raz. I got a question for you. Yeah. The question now is, who has the edge?
Well, for me,
to you.
For me, I always I say Tank for me, because like I said, he grinds better than Garcia does. Like, for example, Ryan Garcia, he went to Canelo's camp to train. He couldn't hold it up there. He ain't been grinding. That's why, and they didn't like that because he's too. You know, these guys in Canelo's camp and Canelo himself, they grind. They're all about, you know, day in, day out, discipline, eat correct, train right, sleep right. You know, they live it. Eat, sleep, everything, boxing. But when Garcia went there, he learned quite a lot of things. But then soon, you know, Canelo's trainer wasn't impressed. He's like, he's not really that disciplined. You know, he's not disciplined to be a part of this team like this, because we grind and he doesn't. You know, and that's why you say he's a bit of an Instagram star. So I think he's been a bit soft from that. And Tank, I feel like he works hard. I see his training and stuff. I feel like he's the better puncher. He's smarter. He's got the better agility and footwork. And no doubt he's got power, as in one punch power. Like, he'll counter you, and with that one counter, he'll floor you. We've seen it with Leo Santa Cruz. I don't know if you guys seen that, but that guy was his best win, because Leo was the best one he fought so far, in my opinion. Because Leo is actually a wicked fighter. He's a really good fighter. He's a Mexican, quite tall, rangy, but very brave, very come forward, and lets his hands go. He's a very exciting fighter. Never been knocked out before as well. And literally, Tank caught him with one counter uppercut. Bam! Through the middle. And he was floored. Like, proper knockout. You can see what kind of punch power he has from short range like that. Also, he fought Rolly last time as well. I know Rolly ain't that, you know, he's quite big, but he's not that skillful like Tank is. Again, one punch, counter, over, finished. So he's got that power. You know,
he can't count out Ryan Garcia
anytime. And Garcia
mental by Floyd Mayweather.
He's easy to hit. But in my opinion, he's easy to hit, because if you see his style, he's very upright. He leans when he tries to defend. I never ever see him slip, roll, and you know, like Tank does, he uses his waist to move and roll under and then come over the top, and he'll mix it up like that. You know, he's very agile.
I agree with
I never see Tank Ryan do anything like that. He's very upright. He's always in that same center line. He uses his feet to move or a lean. He doesn't really, I don't really see him do any of that stuff. So he's not got much movement going on upstairs. And someone like Tank is super sharp. He's just got a few points to hit. He just got a few ranges to just get right. And I think personally, he's going to do him late in the fight, because I think in the beginning, my opinion is they're going to play chess. They're going to be too wary of each other. It's a high profile fight. And I've seen Tank, he starts slow. He starts very slow. He likes to work you out, moves around first. He lets you throw some punches. He just tries to just see what you're about first. And Ryan he'll probably like that pace, because it'll give him an opportunity to try and get the timing with his little counter hooks. And I think he'll start slow like that. And then he'll start to halfway through the fight. That's when I think it starts kicking off. But I personally think Tank, for me, is the better fighter, better puncher, more agility, more skill, movement. And he's a southpaw. Southpaw's always awkward. So for me, I go with Tank on this one. That's my take on it.
Habib, what about yourself?
Well, I'm in favor of Tank. You know, he's explosive, my type of fighter. Yeah, I like forward fighters, but not forward brute force without intelligence. You know, he's got that IQ when he's in there. His boxing IQ. You see him moving around exactly how Raz was saying. He moves in his eye. He's been mentored by Floyd Mayweather. You know, he's been taught how to counter. His counters are good. So, in that sense, and when I was watching Garcia, like, I don't have the knowledge Raz has, but when I was watching them and when I've seen him, he's flat-footed. Garcia's flat-footed. He goes forward and he plants his feet. He's gonna get knocked down. He's been knocked down like that before, you know.
Against Luke Campbell. Yeah, his first career knockdown.
I feel like he's gonna be like another Amir Khan, like, as in he's got the hand speed, right, and he's blessed with hand speed, but his defense.
He's got power as well. For his
defense is whack.
Defensive back, but
and you know, if someone can withstand your shots and evade your shots, and then it's not going your way, like his level of opposition, Luke Campbell's his best opponent, and that was a Luke Campbell that was way past his prime, floored him.
Not only that though, Raz, going back to what you said about you and Dill said about him becoming the social media icon, whatever, etc., and going soft. I do agree with that, but not only that, let's just say he hasn't gone soft, right? You remember that fight with Isaac Cruz? You could tell Tank had damaged his left hand. Something was up with his left hand. He still finished that fight, went on, soldiered through it, and still won. You know, he's got that power, aggression. You know, he's got precision in his punches too. Yeah. You know, he's got precision in the punches. So, like, I think he's the more seasoned fighter. He's going to win. They're both they're untested in a sense of Tank's got 27 wins, 25 by knockout, 0 draws, 0 losses, and Garcia's got 23 wins with 19 knockouts, 0 losses, 0 draws. So they're very close, but Tank for me. And probably mid rounds somewhere.
Also, Tank is southpaw, and Garcia. I think Garcia's money punch is the left hook, but a southpaw killer is a right cross, right, the right hand. And I don't recall seeing Garcia's right hand being that good. His jab and his left hook is good, so. If he lands the right hand, it might not be enough still to hurt Tank. I think he has to land that left hook of his, because his left hook seems to do the most damage. But against a southpaw, the way Tank's going to be positioned, it'll be hard to land that left hook because Tank could counter from that. But yeah, we'll see. That's the other analysis from my side. Like, I don't know. I see, I think he's gonna have trouble landing a left hook on Tank.
He'll have to play the outside. If he's going to have a chance, he's going to have to play on the outside of the ring.
Well, he's going to have to do something like rain. Yeah, you know, not get base. Don't get counter punched by Tank. That's what I say. Tank's counter punch is quite brutal. I mean, I've seen Garcia's counter punch too. It's pretty good. You know, like I say, the left hook. It's the left hook, isn't it? Catches him. But then you got to wonder.
That left hook is absolutely devastating.
But you got to wonder about the opposition level, though. You know, the level. We ain't seen him do that to someone like a good higher level, apart from Luke Campbell. And he
do you know what? Yeah. Both of them technically are largely untested. The only one that's had a bit of a test, in their career so far, is Ryan Garcia with Luke Campbell, and that too, a guy who was way past his prime. We saw what happened. He got knocked down in the first round, and he got up and he showed his resolve basically, and he got a TKO in 7th round of Luke Campbell. You know what they say is both boxers have exceptionally quick hands. But Garcia's hand speed is one of the best in the business. He's also bigger. This is why I'm going with Garcia. The social media thing might have softened him up a bit. But I think he's got the height. He's got the length. Bruvs, do you know how big Tank is? He's only 5'4", bruvs.
5'4".
Yeah, he's only 5'4", and no, 5'5". Sorry, he's 5'5", and Garcia is 5'11", almost 6 foot.
He's tall.
That's that much, bruvs. That's this much higher than me.
But let me say something.
And he's got a reach.
Sometimes I tell you
Garcia
something.
has to do with Tank, because Tank is an inside fighter.
Yeah, but Garcia, listen, Garcia ain't like, for example, Tyson Fury. His style is to box you on the outside, you know, and hit you up and be reactive. Like, he's a combination puncher. But like Garcia, he ain't never had to fight like that. He never had to really move like that and fight. He's normally trying to come forward to take someone out, you know, because that's the kind of level he's been fighting. He's confident, I can deal with this guy. I don't need to move around like this. So we haven't seen that.
I think
how's he going to do that? And also, Tank being smaller, it might be harder to hit, because like I said, Tank's agile. He does a lot of waist movement, rolling with the short, even though he's short.
And he's packing power. He's packing power, that guy.
Yeah.
And he's packing power from that movement, where he's gonna suddenly explode with a counter punch, you know. And like I said, Garcia's defense is pretty whack. It reminds me of
both of them.
Defense.
Both of them are two of the biggest stars in the in that sport and their weight class. And this will be a fantastic, exciting fight. And like you said, what's his name? He's at 27 wins.
Tank
Davis.
27 wins.
Yeah.
25.
The last fight he had was against a guy called Ronaldo Romero. And he got a technical knockout, and it was a slow start. That's the one where the Mayweather was shouting, "Hey, get him!" So hold on. So I think he had 27 fights. Tank Davis had 27 fights. Correct me if I'm wrong, Habib. 27 fights to Ryan Garcia's 23 fights. Yeah. Right, and Ryan Garcia's last fight, and where he defeated the Javier Fortuna, on Javier Fortuna. Thank you, Habib. Thank you very much.
I love your pronunciations, Dill.
My pronunciations are whack. But he fought Javier Fortuna on the 16th July of 2012. So they haven't had, like, he's fought in May, Gervonta Davis. So they're not too far off from having fights like a tune-up fight. And if they're gonna fight, they haven't had any fights from now till, since then till now. And they're predicting a fight in January for both of them, innit? Like a tune-up fight before they actually clash in April or May. In Las Vegas. So you know what? Like I said, I think it's not like Ryan Garcia's been not fighting. It's not like he's fighting exactly. They're having the same That's near enough the same time. So I doubt he's probably softened a bit, but I think if he's going to be fighting Gervonta Davis here, he knows what's at stake.
Yeah.
He's going to be training. Because a win in any case for any one of them, it's bigger than belts. If there isn't a belt on the line, it's more about star power. Who's going to be ruling that weight class right there and then? Yeah? Who's going to be the biggest star going forward? But I agree with one thing Raza said. Amir Khan. And the difference, the similarity between him and Amir Khan, the hand speed and this, that, the other, yeah? I agree kind of with that, but I also see that he's taller, he's got better reach, he hasn't lost, and he has taken him out in devastating fashion. Whereas Gervonta Davis, he's had slow starts, and he's had to be pushed to, hey man, you're losing the round, go get him twice. Yeah, so there is a disadvantage somewhere there, even though this guy, if he gets inside, if he gets in reach, he's going to get you. He is that powerful to knock Ryan Garcia out. But I think Garcia's going to play it safe, try staying away, keep him at a distance, and just knock him out. If he gets too close, counter punch, get him with a left hook, his signature move. I think that's what he's going to do. And if it goes all the way, it'll be Ryan Garcia winning. If it's a knockout, I'd say it's going to be Gervonta Davis, but it's not going to be early rounds. He's going to have to catch him somewhere 10th, 11th. It'll be like, oh my God, I need to do this else I'm losing. It'll be one of those fight or flight moments. You know what? I got to do this now. Either he's going to get knocked out in the process with a body shot, or he's going to knock Ryan Garcia out straight cold.
And Hubs, let's go with you, man. What's your take on it? And who do you think? What's your prediction at the end?
Same thing. I'm sticking with Tank. I think it's one of those fights where it could go either way. It really depends on what's going on here, isn't it? On the day. They're both skilled fighters. They've both got the hand speed. They're both good. I think I'm gonna go with Tank still. And it's probably gonna be around 7th or 8th round, unless Garcia is able to push it. Tank will probably win by a knockout, and maybe on points. I'm not sure about the on points with Garcia. I was going to say maybe, but I'll scrap that one and just say no. 6th, 7th round, 7th round. Yeah,
you got for 7th by KO.
Tank. KO, or he'll go all the way and win by points.
Did you say 6th, 7th round?
I said 6th, 7th, but I'm pushing 7th.
That's going to be a tough one.
You think it's going to be later? Yeah, you said 10, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm saying 10 by Davis, yeah? Or Ryan Garcia. One of them is going to get knocked out in the 10th. Yeah, or it's going to be Ryan Garcia winning. Davis is going to have to fight with his hands and teeth, bros, right there. What were you saying, Russ?
Yeah, what about you?
So I'll say because I know, I believe Tank starts slow. The rounds will start slow. It'll be like a chess match first. I think 3 or 4 rounds will go like that. Nobody will really let go of their hands yet. Then the 5th, 6th, I think it'll start warming up. They'll start landing 1 or 2 clean blows. Start thinking, okay, I'm getting warmed up here.
I think that's a mistake he's going to do.
I think 7th, 8th. I think 7th, 8th is personally. I think Garcia is going to land better because of the range. He's taller. He's just going to find the shots a bit better, I think. And then when 9th comes,
you do know, yeah, he's totally like the height and thingy.
I know that. I'm not
disgusting.
That's why my prediction is 7th, 8th is going to be more like Garcia rounds. I think he'll land the cleaner shots because again, he'll find his range a bit better. He's taller. He'll have enough energy to keep away a little bit. 9, 10, I think Tank says, I'm going in. Like, I'm going to get him now. And then for me, I think it's gonna get quite intense around the 10, and it's gonna go to the championship rounds. and I think Tank is gonna either he's gonna take the championship rounds where he wins by a very close margin, or being Tank, he's gonna land a big shot around the 11th. For me, I'm gonna go Tank by KO 11th. When Garcia gets tired and a bit lazy, and Tank is still sharp as hell, he'll catch him, or he'll win the championship rounds enough to sneak the fight away from Garcia, and I think he'll win that like close decision. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up there. So we got 1 for Garcia, 2 for Tank. Leave your comments. Tell us what you think, what predictions you have. Specific predictions are always good as well. We like to see all of that, a breakdown of fights. This is what we like to do on this channel. So we're gonna leave it there. So I'm Raz. Thank you for joining us on the Fight Channel, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm Dill.
And I'm Habib. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Also, follow us on social media for more information and updates on future episodes. Thank you, and see you in the next episode. Ordinary people, real talk. Ciao.
See ya.
Peace.